NuFiber Pretreat method utilizing pocket mops is the very best system for mopping and or disinfecting floors. The way the system works is you first determine how many rooms or how much area you're going to be cleaning that particular day or shift. Based upon that, you load that many mops plus maybe one or two extras in case you run into a spill or something unexpected into our sealed bucket. Anytime I'm charging more than 6 mops, I like to put half of the mops in the bucket first and then add the chemical solution. For 12 mops, my chart tells me to pour 2.8 liters or 3/4 of a gallon of chemical solution over top of my pocket mops. So I have half the mops in the bucket, and therefore I'm going to start by pouring my solution, or at least half of my solution, over top of those mops. I try to do it as evenly as I possibly can, and again, half of my solution. Once I've done that, I'm going to put the other 6 mops, or the other half, on top, and you may notice that all the mops are upside down except this top one I'm going to leave right side up, and the reason for that is so that I don't get any kind of splashback when I'm pouring the remainder of my chemical solution. So I'll finish by pouring evenly again my chemical solution over top of my mops. This is not going to be a soaking operation, and the ultimate goal here is to pour the solution and to follow my chart so that I don't have to touch these mops ever. I don't have to wring them out because each and every mop is going to equally saturate itself with that chemical solution. At this time, I'm going to wait 2 or 3 minutes to allow the soaking operation to begin. Now that I've waited the few minutes that I've mentioned, what I'll do now is I'm going to inspect my bucket. First, I'll flip my one mop, the top one, back over upside down. And I want to look in the bucket, and what I'm looking for is I want to make sure that there is no standing water, or at least less than 1/2 inch, if any. But in this case, there is no standing water, which is precisely what I want to see. When there is no standing water after a couple of minutes, I'm going to snap my lid on easily by hitting the corners of the top of the bucket. I'm going to lift it down onto the floor, and I'm going to roll it over on its side, and then one more time so that it's sitting on the top lid of the bucket. The reason for this is I want to make sure that each and every mop is equally saturated, the top ones, the bottom ones, and even the middle ones, so that I have a nice even pre-treat or a nice even charging of my entire bucket. So we'll wait another 3 to 5 minutes and then we'll proceed. After that 3 to 5 minutes, we can now inspect our bucket once again. By the way, during the charging process, you don't have to stand around and wait for this. That's an ideal time for you to prepare yourself for the day's or the shift's work. You can be filling spray bottles, you can be filling or equipping your custodial cart, or otherwise preparing yourself for the day. But now it's time to flip it back over on its side and back up top. And when we lift the lid up, what we should find is the 12 mops equally saturated with the right amount of chemical solution. In this case, you can see that I don't have a mop that's dripping on the floor. It's nicely wet, and it's prepared to do 400 to 500 square feet of floor mopping, or one room, whichever comes first. So we're ready to go clean and start mopping for the day. We do not have to go back to the slop sink to pour out dirty water out of our bucket because there is no dirty water. This is a very effective and a very efficient way of mopping floors. Please enjoy NuFiber's sealed bucket process.